Alright, let's cover Dogecoin. I actually did a whole different video right before this, but I have decided that I'm not going to publish that. Instead, we're going to cover Doge because I noticed all your comments in the VeChain video will ask me to cover Doge, and I was fairly shocked to find some of you even got liquidated. Guys, sometimes trades are not going to work out. But even with this move, you should not have gotten liquidated on Doge. It means you didn't even consider half of the volatility that Dogecoin has seen throughout this entire range, not just this current dump, but throughout this entire range. I'm going to start off by giving you guys a quick trick. If you are taking a trade and you notice that, okay, price is doing something like this, like what Dogecoin is doing on this chart right now, it was just zigzagging. Hey, it was looking good. It was building up to a breakout. We were seeing a series of higher lows on the chart. Everything was looking frigging fantastic. What you need to do when you're putting your positions on, it is imperative, if you want to last in this world, it is imperative that you look for the lowest point in this entire range, which, by the way, only came in right here. Okay, that was the lowest point. Can we all agree? Can we all just take a step back and agree on that? All right, we can see that price was just oscillating, but that was the lowest point. Your liquidation should not be anything greater than that lowest point. Period. That's one trick. All right, if your liquidation is over that region, which came in at around 34 cents, if it's over that region, you are over positioned, period, done. All right, because that was the minimum. Price was literally telling you that's the minimum I'm going to oscillate. You got to give it that much breathing room. Even after this dump, you should not have gotten liquidated. Now, what's going on Dogecoin? Well, Dogecoin, like everything else, is also taking a pullback. Now, the previous bid region I gave you was 41 cents. Let's quickly recap. Every time you find a system where price trends really, really well on that system, it's going to be very easy for you to manage trades off of that. Now, that system can be hinged on an indicator like the dynamic as well. So you can see how we got picked up right here. The next test was right here. We got picked up right here. The next test was right here. Once again, hugging that dynamic support. We got picked up right here. This is looking bloody bullish right now. And not just that, we're seeing a series of higher lows on the entire range. Price is still hugging the 12-hour dynamic support. You are not invalidated on the trade just yet. For those of you who want that very tiny sliver of a range on dynamic support, take note of it. It comes in from around 41 cents. All right, let's pause. Now, what exactly was it that we were looking at? Well, I noticed that we're seeing this beautiful ascending triangle formation building up to a breakout, a series of higher lows on the chart. In fact, we even broke out but failed to see continuation. The bid at 41 cents was hinged primarily on the 12-hour dynamic indicator. Let's go ahead and turn that on as well. I said, hey, that's going to be a super easy bid to manage because just in case prices break, we know we're wrong on that trade very, very fast. There's a good chance that as soon as prices break that region of support, it'll come back up for a retest and we can then get out on the retest. That's why I look at the dynamic supports. I look at critical regions of support and resistance to help me out with catching those bids, because just in case I am wrong, just in case things go south, oftentimes with critical regions, price comes up to give it a retest, allowing me to get out with a minimal loss. Now, question is, did price do the same thing right here with 12-hour dynamic? Well, support now flipped into resistance. Now, I presented this trade to you on the 5th, so you probably caught 41 cents somewhere around here. Okay, hinged off of the 12-hour dynamic indicator. Now, prices broke that 12-hour dynamic right here. Okay, this was yesterday. Now, we broke, close underneath. What did the second candle do, guys? We came back up for a retest of that region. In fact, even if you caught the bid at 41 cents right here when we last spoke about it, you actually managed to exit really, really safely. However, if you got liquidated on this candle right here, you were over positioned. You didn't even give yourself 7% breathing room on this current range of price action, when the current volatility on the range at the minimum, okay, at the minimum, is around 18%. Forget about the whole 25% that you should have given yourself in the first place. So now that's a trick. Consider the entire range that price is oscillating in. Look at the lowest point to make sure your liquidation is not above that lowest point. In fact, it should be way below, quite honestly. Now, we have gotten invalidated on our Dogecoin trade. What exactly is happening here? Well, we're seeing a meltdown. Now, as someone holding a Dogecoin position, is this something that I'm concerned about? This drawdown right here, is this out of the ordinary? Is this not normal? No. Quite honestly, I still think we're fine. I'm looking towards this region right here at around 34 cents. It appears we're coming down to test 34 cents right here, which is the macro region of resistance once in that previous bull run, now flipped into support. You can see that the month of November closed well above 34 cents. We went over this in the previous video, and right now it appears we're coming back down for that test. Now, yes, I was not expecting that earlier, given that the entire market was holding up really, really well. I'm not going to look to act on my position until we see closes in this entire range right here, okay? This is the zone of support support that I'm looking at. Okay, comes in from around 34 cents, going all the way down to 30 cents. This is the macro region of, well, resistance now flipped into support. I'll be looking for price to hold that as support. How do I know if prices lose it? I'll be looking for multiple weekly candle closes underneath this region. Remember, we've been riding Dogecoin since this breakout right here, which came in at around 12 cents. It is going to be a very, very critical test, okay, primarily because check this out. Dynamic on the weekly, we're making our way up there. 4-day dynamic also once again right in that zone. 3-day dynamic also right in that zone. 2-day dynamic also right in that zone. Check out the daily dynamic, by the way. Price is currently flat on the daily dynamic. So this is already a very, very critical region of support, and that's why I'll be looking towards this red box right here. Price is coming down further to wick off of 34 cents only for us to close over the daily dynamic is also going to be a show of strength from the bulls. And once again, guys, I'm not going to be concerned until we lose this zone right here. Okay, it's only when we lose it will I be like, okay, now's the time to act on my position. But until that happens, I'm going to stay calm. Now, for those of you who want the levels on the Mango Dynamic Indicator on the daily time frame, right now it's swinging in at around 39 cents, going all the way down to 36 cents. Can prices get picked up from here? Of course it can. When do I get bullish again? I'm going to keep it very simple. Because we've broken a bit of structure right here, I will only now get bullish once we start taking out these highs right here, which come in at around 48 cents. Now, with what you've learned today in terms of your liquidation points, I want you guys to go and look at your other positions as well. If any of your positions have the same mistake as you have on Dogecoin in terms of your liquidation points, make sure you're fixing your position size. For those of you in the Mango Seed program, you guys have an entire indicator and a tool sheet that will help you out with just this. In fact, it's a little more fine-tuned. That way you are nowhere close to your liquidations. So make sure you're using that because it's going to help you save your soldiers to fight another day. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this answered some of your questions. If you have any more questions, well, I suggest getting into the Discord chat and asking away. I'll see you guys there. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, please, and trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.